Hi Mateo, how are you?
Good. I've been doing a little bit better, I think.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your best hopes for today's meeting?
To maybe continue doing better like I feel like I have been. And maybe get something a little more out of it. I don't really know. And just for it to be over. No offense.
It's okay. At least you were honest. That's all I can ask. So, I was gonna ask, since you said that, do you think that any of these sessions, the previous ones, or these sessions have worked for you, even if it's just a little bit?
I would say they have. I think maybe a little because my teachers and everybody haven't been so much on me. They were. So, yeah.
Okay. And I know you're saying that they haven't been on you as much. I know that's one way, but do you think that's better or just different since you made the decision to like keep coming to the sessions and stuff? Is that like the only difference or something better you've noticed, or is there other things?
No, I think like that's one of the main things, but I feel like I've been able to maybe cope with stuff a little bit better and been able to like just like instead of like bottling up everything I'm feeling, like it's easier for me to I guess talk to people rather than keep it in. And yeah, I've been trying out that journaling stuff.
I'm glad to see it. So how do you usually spend your days now?
Well, I go to school mostly and I just talk to my teacher here and there and spend time at home, but whenever I'm not too busy, try to stay busy, but when I'm not too busy, sometimes I just like think to myself about like, man, like right now I could be playing soccer, but I just don't think I'm ready for that yet. Not at this moment. Maybe a little while, but not at this moment right now.
So school's been doing a little bit better, especially with teachers and classmates too.
Yeah, and it's just been helping with all that because I've been doing that journal like I told you. So
Makes you feel like there's like an out for it, like everything you feel bottled in is getting out.
yeah, like I just don't feel like I gotta react at school no more.
And I know you said that soccer, like you're not playing it right now, but you do like the idea of wanting to play, that desire to play again has been coming up.
Yeah, I think so. I've been, yeah, when I'm alone, I'm like, oh, okay, like I could do it right, but not right now.
That's okay. And then I know we talked about in our previous sessions how you've been feeling lonely, and after obviously everything that's happened, it's a big change after your brother's passing. But I have a question that kind of reverses it. But like, are there any times when you don't feel lonely? And if you do, what's different about it? That like, what have you noticed if there's a difference when you feel lonely, and what feeds into that feeling, and what is the complete opposite of when you're feeling not lonely?
I feel like a time where I'm not feeling lonely, like I know the last session we had talked about like my sister, I told you that she just annoys me and like she's always bothering me. And like he helped me realize like that's the way like somebody's trying to be there for me. So I let her be there for me or whatever, like so we kinda just like play and everything like we were before and we just hang out and that helps me not feel as lonely because I got somebody there with me and like time and when I'm with her, like it's a time like I don't have to like think about my brother's passing and everything. Like I could just sit there and be there with her and have fun, whatever. So I feel like that'd be a time I'm not lonely.
Okay. And do you only feel it? Have you experienced that, like not feeling lonely with your parents at all, or it's just mainly just been with your sister?
With my parents, like here and there, yeah, like it's gotten a little bit better, I guess, because since I've been able to like sort of talk to them a little more. Like I know in the last session we also did say for me to like maybe express that to my parents and let them know like, how I'm feeling. So I took advice and I went ahead and did that. And you know, like some things been changed, but I still like spend more time with my sister than my parents because you know they do work a lot right now, so I'm never really around too much, not as much as they were. So
the differences like spending time with your sister and just interacting with her more and having common ground to hang out with. Do you think you'd want to keep initializing that and further it even more? And if you do, would you like to, like the relationship you have and how the dynamic is with your sister, would you try to approach the way with your parents differently, maybe on days when they're off, if they have the time? What would you like to do?
Like you're asking me if I want to spend more time with my parents, like the way I do my sister?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. On their days off, when we try, I try and sit there with them a little more, so that way it could be there with both my sister and my parents, and we can try and do it the same how before it was my abuelo passed away.
So I know you're talking about how since your abuela's passing, you've been making the effort not only for yourself, but for your sister and your parents. And I know how it's been hard, so I know this kind of might sound weird, but how you managed to keep moving forward since your abuela's passing? What are ways that you've known like that helps you cope with it? Even if it's obviously like happening still, like what have you noticed that you're like, oh, like I think about him, I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more. Like I've noticed him doing this or that.
Well, I noticed that when I do think about him a little more, I tend to write in my journal and just let it out that way, or I'll go do something that keeps my mind busy rather than sitting there and dwelling on it. Because, I mean, in case you're, like, he's not coming back. Because if he came back, you know, not possible. Yeah, he's not coming back. So I just go and I write in my journal and it helps me cope with that. I'll spend some time with my sister because it helps me get my mind off of it.
And have you noticed when you're writing in your journal, are you more so writing in it like how you're talking to yourself, like I did this today and X, Y, Z, or is it more so you're kind of talking to him? And is that making a difference in how you're coping? Or is it a little bit of both?
I would say like a little bit of both, so I could reflect on it too. Like I'll go and I'll reread it or something, like from having, oh okay, well my day was like I am getting better, you know, so I can see there. And then there are times where like I feel like I'm talking to him, so that way he can know, like, oh hey, I'm doing this today, but
Like a letter?
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm glad it's working. Miracle question, very random question. But if a miracle happened overnight, like when you went home and you fell asleep and you woke up, right, and maybe it's the problem of you just feeling like the loneliness that you do, even though it's decreased, right? Maybe not enormously, just very somewhat. If you were to wake up and that problem of being that weight of loneliness has gone away, how would you know?
I think I would know because maybe I'd be a little happier, maybe a little less like irritable or something like that.
Like that weight would be off?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would something you notice if this lonely problem or this irritableness and agitatedness was gone? What would you notice?
Well, I feel like people around me would be happier too, and I wouldn't be so like Debbie Downer around them and everything, and maybe I wouldn't be getting in trouble as much. Like I noticed that recently I've been a little bit better about it. So
okay, and you feel like that would be different if anything, like the moods would be a little bit more up?
Yeah, like a little lighter.
A little lighter. Okay, and what else do you think you notice?
I don't know, maybe like things could start to go back to normal and stuff like that. I don't know.
I think on the route that you're going right now in the journaling and the slowly building back in relationships, I think you can get to that miracle question where it might not be everything's fixed, but I think even though we fix part of it slowly, the whole solution of maybe you not feeling lonely and making better relationships and coping better with your emotions since your both passing is doing really well. But I'm proud of you, and I think you're doing a very good job. And I appreciate that you're listening to the advice that we're having in our sessions and stuff. Is there anything else you want to elaborate on, or do you feel like we're good right here? Do you want to talk more? Do you want to stop for the day?
I think we've covered quite a bit this time around. I think I'd just rather cut it off for,
Get over with.
yeah, so I could just like maybe work on what we talked about and everything.
Okay, well, thank you once again for coming in, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.